fan fictions that I wrote at 13 years old. This is embarrassing, but this is the content you guys signed up for, so this is what I'm gonna provide you with. Basically, back in the day, the homegirl, Simply Nessa, was obsessed. Like, obsessed. Like, you know how some of y'all are obsessed with One Direction? No, I was obsessed, like creepy obsessed with Tokyo Hotel. And if you don't know who they are, which I'm sure a lot of people don't know who they are because they are a European-based band, but basically they started their music in Germany and then they slowly like expanded to America, kind of. So the way some of y'all are like hardcore Directioners, I was a hardcore alien. That's what our fan base was called, like the aliens. So because I was super obsessed, I decided to make fan fiction at 13 years old about one of the guys in the band. His name is Tom Collitz. I just used to think he was the most finest guy in the world. I'm gonna put a picture right next to me so you can see what I was lusting over. He doesn't look like that anymore. But I was obsessed. I don't know why. I actually have a little like history with the band as well, you guys. Let's just say that I was actually hooked up to meet with one of them and I fell asleep and never showed up. Yeah. So the band does know who I am. And if they ever do come across this video, I hope they don't. So the fan fiction I'm gonna read you guys is called The Store. I have 4 published parts and 1 draft. So like the final part I never published, and that's the one that I wrote in 2011, but everything else was pretty much written in 2010. 860 people viewed this in the general fiction section, 5 stars and 10 comments. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cue the music. The Store. Part 1. If you know who I can't do this. If you know who Tokyo Hotel is, then you'll understand. It started with me being a chicken. First day of school. Boo. So I chickened out and played sick. Fail, I still had to go. I then survived the day barely. Sounds immature and stupid, but I was scared. After school, I had to go shopping. Yay! We pulled the Also, please keep in mind that around this time, you guys, I was like super religious. Like I did not have like my own mind. I only listened to like what my church said. I was super prude, which means like I was super against anything sexual. Like kissing was considered a sin to me. Like you guys, now I'm a thought, but like back in the day, you guys, I was super prude. So like you'll notice in here me like getting like, oh my gosh, like that's so unholy. You'll see. After school, I had to go shopping. Yay! We pulled into a shoe store and got out, or so I thought. While I walked towards the store, my mom went the other way, towards Home Depot. Boo! If you don't know what Home Depot is, it is a hardware store, like Lowe's. If you don't know what that is, Google it! After walking in, my mom went searching for stuff for the house. I walked towards those pretty chandeliers. Sparkly. Wow, I cannot spell. Couldn't spell then, can't spell now. I accidentally bumped into this teen boy around my age. He got my hand and lifted me back up. I quickly ran into the aisle next to me like a freak. He walked in a minute after and asked if I was okay. At the moment, I didn't even glance at his face. I looked up and froze. He looked just like Tom Collitz, my fantasy husband. He introduced himself as Tommy. Coincidence? I don't know. I told him my name and he giggled. What's so funny about my name? I snapped. And he said, your whole body is shaking. He continued to laugh while I continued to feel like an idiot. I'll continue the story if anyone actually reads this one. And yes, it's a true story. Bitch, shut the fuck up! Bitch, shut the fuck up talking about this is a true story. Yes, I did go to Home Depot that day. And yes, I did fall. But nobody helped my bitch ass up. Look at me lying. What does this remind you of? What story timer does this remind you of right now? Continued, The Store, part 2. As I stood there, I guess I had a kind of sad face because he stopped. Hee. Are you like 16 or 17, he asked me. No, I'm only 14. Cool, I'm 15, he replied. The next part is gonna sound cheesy, but it's true. Keep in mind, when I was 14, Tom in real life was probably already like, he's about to be 30. Me and him are 9 years apart. So while I was 14, I was lusting over a 23-year-old man. You know those fans that like won't obsess over like the new current stuff? Like they'll go and like get like crazy over like the old stuff. Like for example, like a new One Direction fan that gets obsessed with like 2012 Harry Styles, but like they don't really like 2017 Harry Styles. Like that was the kind of fan that I was. Like I like the way they used to look. This next part is gonna sound cheesy, but it's true. Sure, bitch. You know when someone looks you up and down, like checking you out? He was doing that, LMAO. I didn't care, cause dang, I have my own personal Tom Collitz. Winky face. While I looked up weirdly, he asked me what school I went to. I told him and he said, me too, in a weirdly excited voice. Haha. I just smiled and giggled a little. He asked me if I've seen any good movies lately. Not really, but I want to see Easy A. Oh wow, this was a long time ago. He told me his sister went to see it and it was a good movie. He asked me if I really wanted to see it, lol. I said, yeah, do you? Sure, but not without a girl. Seems like a chick. My neighbor's hot. Anyways, she bad. Anyways, back to the story. Sure, but not without a girl. Seems like a chick flick. Is not, I said. Is too, he said. And this kind of continued till my mom saw me, then pretended to not know me. Aha. Okay, this may sound creepy because we just met, but will you go to the movies with me? He seemed like he was shaking. Haha. Sure. We exchanged phone numbers, and the minute I left the store, I got a text. Hi, it's Tommy. LOL, okay, question mark. Okay, why did I have an attitude for no reason? This sounds like old Vanessa, a bit. I told him hi, and then the next day we went to go see Easy A because it was a Friday. My favorite part. While I was there, I spilt, did I spell that right? While I was there, I spilt Dr. Pepper on my shirt and he offered to clean it. He ran to the bathroom and came back with paper towels. Weird part. While he helped me clean it, I think he accidentally put his hands too high. He kept apologizing again and again. It's okay, I kept saying. So basically, he touched my tits in the store. The part where Emma Stone is pretending to lose her virginity, me and Tommy exchanged looks and laughs. You know, remember the part like when she was going like, oh my gosh, yeah, at the party and she was like banging on the door? Or on the wall. Like everybody, I knew what he was probably thinking about. At the end of the movie, we were throwing away our trash and he grabbed my hand. I didn't let it go. I just smiled and couldn't believe what just happened. When we left the theater, we got some ice cream at a place called Golden Spoon. It was yummy. Golden Spoon actually did exist. And yes, I did actually see the Easy A movie. I had no friends. Keep in mind, you guys, I was writing this my freshman year of high school, and this was around the time when I got really sick and I actually had no friends. I ate by myself all the time. I was getting bullied. So like, it'll make sense. This was during the time when like I would go to the movies with like my parents only or like my grandparents, which there's nothing wrong with hanging out with your parents, but like I had no friends. It was yummy. Then the craziest question came up. Do you have STDs? What the fuck? No! I told him no and we walked out, lol. Okay, what a conversation to have. Do you have STDs? Bit. I don't understand how I even, okay. I told him no and we walked out, lol. I noticed I put lol after a lot of stuff in here. I still do that today. Like I'll be like, oh my gosh, I just cut my hand really bad. I need to go to the hospital, lol. Like why do I have to put lol after everything? But I do that. When we were on the street of my house, we stopped at the end. He leaned in, but I leaned out. I don't know why. He looked sad and rejected. I told him bye and thank you. As he turned around, I screamed his name, Tommy. I told him there was a nice park down the street with a pond and it was really nice to look at. He agreed to join me. It was around 5 or 6 p.m. I think. When we got there, I saw some little chicks swimming. It was super cute. I took a pic on my phone. First of all, bitch, your phone didn't have a camera at that time. Try again. I then left him looking at me. I turned around and he kissed me. I stared at his closed eyes for a second, then gave in. I was hoping that he didn't ask me out for this. When he stopped, so basically I was saying like, I hope he doesn't want to just date me because I'm giving up my mouth. When he stopped, I just sat there with his arm around me and smiled the whole time. It felt right, but so wrong. Shut up, bitch! It felt right, but just so wrong. Part 3. Note. To be honest, I can't remember everything, so I'm gonna skip about 3.5 months. Oh, and does have some stuff people under 15 might not need to read. Read at your own risk, lol. Risk. Let's see what was so risky about it, okay? November. After dating Tommy, look-alike Tom Collins, for about 3.5 months, we were pretty comfortable with each other. Me parents loved him. I don't know. Me parents? His parents loved me. Said I was too skinny and always tried to feed me. Weird. Like I said, this was the time when I got really sick and I did lose a lot of weight, and yes, people did tell me I was really skinny to my face and tried to give me their lunch. That happened, and yes, that's really uncomfortable and that's fucked up to go through as a 13-year-old, but it did happen, so whatever. We both walked to class together every day, ate lunch together, walked home together, everything, and no PDA, public displays of affection, except for maybe a kiss, but not all that nasty junk, winky face. Well, one day, my friend Lexi saw me and Tommy kissing by the gymnasium. Tommy was facing her, so he stopped and whispered, "Your friend's watching." He seemed creeped out. I walked over to Lexi and she gave me a dirty look, then left. What the heck? After that, he hugged and then went to class. He hugged? For about a week, Lexi wouldn't talk to me or look my way, so I decided to talk to her. When I asked what was wrong, she screamed in front of the whole class and said that I stole her man and I was a stripper, lol. Which I'm not, lol. I laughed and sat down. She's immature. After class, I stopped her and asked, what the F just happened? She told me when Tommy first started at the school that she was gonna ask him out. Sorry, I thought to myself. Okay, sis! She told me that when she saw me and him all over each other, she got mad but held it in until now. We hugged and she said she was sorry for being stupid and trying to humiliate me, which she failed at. Had some sass. I forgave her and went to meet Tommy for last period. When school was over, he asked me what I wanted for my birthday. I don't know. Well, tell me because your B-day is in like 2 weeks. I feel like I'm like popcorn reading right now. Like I need somebody else to like start because like I'm getting tired. When I used to popcorn read in class, I'd be like, oh sure, I'll read. I would read 2 sentences and be like, Daryl, your turn. Well, tell me because your B-day is in like 2 weeks. I don't want anything. I have you. When I said that, I gave puppy eyes and he kissed my cheek. On my birthday on a Sunday, he came to my house and picked me up. We went to his house and he told me he had a surprise for me. When I walked in, I saw all my friends and family there waiting. Surprise! Everyone shouted. It was an awesome party. I didn't have a party that year. I had no friends. May 25th. We've been dating for 9 months. I'm 15. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Tommy! Then I kissed him. I was waiting for him to finish getting ready for school. I said hi to his mom and we talked for 10 minutes. She's really nice. After last day of school. Tommy was going to get his driver's permit. Yay, no more walking! After going to the DMV, me and Tommy were alone at his house. He asked me if I was ready. For what? We've been together so long. Uh-oh, I know what he's talking about. Eek! I froze like a popsicle. At the moment, I had thoughts like, do you love him that much? Which of course I did. So I said yes. He told me to meet him at his house later at 7:30. So, now I'm about to get it on. See, this is what makes it so embarrassing because why was I fantasizing? And why am I sharing it? Okay, so I went ahead and put twist. Like he asked, I went. But nothing happened. When we were in his room, he took his shoes off and his jacket, and for some reason I started crying. He stopped and ran to my side. I'm not ready. He agreed and said he was freaking out on the inside. I love you, okay? When you're ready, I will be too, he whispered. Even right now, I can remember him saying that to me. To be continued soon. Like probably later tonight if I can't sleep, LMAO. I used to write these like late at night, like when I wouldn't be able to sleep at like 2 a.m. I was writing these on like my little Acer laptop that I had. On to part 4. This is part 4. Might be the last because the rest is current. Sure bitch. November 21st. Happy birthday! All of my family, including Tommy, ran in my room. He kissed me when everyone left the room. So basically now I'm turning... How old now? I don't know. Honestly, like none of this is adding up in my head right now. So I guess it's my birthday the next year now. It was a Sunday morning and I did not look my best in the morning. Girl, you still don't. I think I remember my hair sticking up to the right, and it still does. I also wear contacts, so I was completely blind. And you still are. Boo. So I got up wearing my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles PJ pants and green tank top. I brushed my teeth, yada yada, etc, etc. When I was done, I closed my door and me and Tommy laid on my bed and talked. He kissed me so softly, my lips barely felt his. How long have we been together? 1 year and 3 months, right? Yeah, I guess so, he said, kind of weird. What, Tommy? Nothing. Slanted face. Well, after he left, I didn't hear from him till the end of school on Monday. He almost walked right past me. Tommy! He turned around and stopped. What's going on? You haven't spoke to me all day. I remember him saying something like this. I need space! And he walked off. I just stood there looking stupid because people stopped and saw what happened. I ran straight to the closest building's bathroom. I was so embarrassed I cried a little. December. Me and Tommy would only meet after school 3 times max a week. No kiss, no hug, nothing. Damn girl, that's sad. What's going on? This isn't like him. Friday, I think. My dad being in the military was out of the country and my mom was working. I didn't have a ride home. So I see Tommy and ask him, Tommy, can I have a ride home? No. Okay. He walked away. What, do I smell, LOL? Bitch! Do I smell? I don't think it's your scent, sis. So I walked with my friend Lexi. We live a neighborhood away from each other. Who represented Lexi? That's what I want to know, because I had, like I said, no friends. Who was Lexi? Was she a friend in my head? So we stopped halfway and went home. I called Tommy. To leave a voicemail, press 1 or wait for the beep. Tommy, what's going on? You've been ignoring me for 2 weeks now. What's happening? Do you want to break up with me? Because if you do, don't keep me waiting. Every time you push me away, I don't show it. And I care. You're actually really hurting me. Call me back. We need to talk. No call back. Next week of school, I saw Tommy walking with his friends. I thought to myself, so I say hi or not? I just walked past him. I remember hearing one of his friends saying, there's your girlfriend, then they all laughed like it was a joke. I guess we are over. So I fought back the tears and went to first period. All day I dreaded going to lunch. I usually ate with Tom and my friends switched to the lunch after mine, so I didn't eat with them anyways. I was alone. So I got my tray, paid, and sat down on the wall trying to eat my food. I actually did have to eat on the wall by myself, but it wasn't because like my friend switched lunch. How many times am I gonna say, I had no friends? We get it, Vanessa, okay? We get it. How many times are you gonna say it? Take a shot for every time I say I didn't have friends. You'll be drunk. There's Tommy. I felt my eyes burning and tears going down my hot cheeks. I don't know if he saw, but he glanced at me and walked away wiping his eyes. Was he crying? Why? He dumped me. What now? Well, I have to see him like this school day by myself. I plan to confront him. December 17th. Last day before winter break. Tommy, I said when I saw him in the lunch line, what do you want? I felt the tears building up. Why won't you talk to me? Am I not talking to you now? He said with sarcasm. Yes, but I felt a tear. Are we over? No response. He pushed through and the guard stopped me and I had to wait my turn. Of course. And by this I mean like at my school we had to all get in like a big line and there would be a guard there and they would let like certain people into like the food area at a time so it wouldn't get like super crowded in there. I saw him walk out with the girl following behind talking to him. He glanced at me with a devilish grin and walked off. What the F? Wow, I was replaced that fast. When it was my turn, I got out of line and went back outside. I saw them sitting on the stairs laughing and talking. I met eyes with her and she looked at Tommy, then back at me. I sat in my same spot, then cried to myself. This girl named Ashley from my old school greeted me and asked what's wrong. I think my boyfriend dumped me. Tommy, are you sure? Well, he is with another girl and he's been ignoring me. I'm sorry, want me to talk to him? I don't care. At least I had one friend at the moment. She climbed the small stairs and sat down. I couldn't hear anything. Then she came back down. What happened? He told me to mind my business. Oh, I'm sorry. Thanks for trying. No problem. And she was gone. During gym class, my BFF Lexi ignored me. I would try to make small talk and all she would say was cooler, I don't care. She hung out with the prettier girls now, I guess. I really needed a friend, but my problems weren't important anymore. She even felt the urge to confront me and tell me off in front of the whole class. I felt like a baby and started crying. Everyone laughed but me. I cried. I changed and went to my counselor. I told her everything. I even mentioned that night that Tommy wanted sex. What was the reason? She brought him in and he pulled his chair against the wall from me. I frowned. Hi, I whispered. Shut the fuck up! Don't talk to me, you skank! Oh my god. At the time, the counselor was outside talking to another counselor. Tommy never cussed in front or at me. Wait, why are you being so mean to me? I probably meant to type said, crying my eyes out. What do you think, you slut? I cried harder. I couldn't take his rage. I got my stuff and ran out. 3 teachers followed me out the building. I just dropped to the floor crying and they all tried their best to comfort me. Imagine being that dramatic and just dropping to the floor. Okay, but like, why are all my neighbors cute? And like actually like try to be nice to some of them. I mean, I'm not like a bitch. I just play my music really loud at like 3 in the morning. Sorry. But like, they're actually really cute. Okay, you need your beauty sleep, sis. I'm gonna shut it down by 1 a.m. now just for you. It helped a little, but not that much. Tommy walked out about 3 minutes later, flipping me off. I felt the life being drained out of me. The clouds were covering the sun. Wind was blowing on my wet cheeks, stinging them. My life was a wreck. That's when the one word every troubled teen thought of: suicide. Girl! Luckily, the thought vanished fast. So, should I switch schools? I don't know. I couldn't help but feel alone in the world and threatened. I had to go back to gym. My makeup was completely washed off. I look horrible and miserable. Lexi looked at me and ran over. Oh my gosh, what's wrong? Really? You just told me all right after Tommy basically dumped me and caused me so much pain? But how would you know? Fitting in is everything to you. When I needed you most, you turned on me. I said. Me trying to fit in? What about you? Should we all feel sorry for you, little bitch? She screamed in my face. I got up and walked to another seat. She followed and tripped me. And then I put like a little note and I was like, yes, everyone, this is true, but I just added in some spice to the story. Otherwise, it would be so boring. Bitch! I hope none of y'all think my story times are fake after this. People are gonna be like, oh, so are her stories actually true? Or was she adding spice? Did she really fall down the mountain or did she trip over a pebble? I quickly got up and sat in a seat. She laughed and the other girls did too, but a couple. I was sitting there about 15 minutes with a red face and sticky tears. Okay, girl, what's with all these synonyms? When I exited through the right end of the building, I saw that girl, and here comes Tommy. I stopped and hid behind a pillar pretending to text. I saw her jump to Tommy and kiss him all over. My heart dropped. I walked fast and she called me. Hey, wait! I stopped and wiped my face for the billionth time. Yes? Hey, do you know Tommy's favorite color? Last time we had sex, I wore an ugly brown bra and I don't think he liked it. Bitch, fuck you! That is petty! That is petty. Okay, this is not even real. Let me chill. I knew it. She gave it to him and he left me for it. Because of me wanting to wait, and even though he said he would, he couldn't, so he cheated on me. Later that day, I found out. die. Tommy walked out of class last. Our classes were across the hall. I had to stop myself from leaving. She appeared again and told me, haha, I was kidding earlier. Me and Tommy didn't do anything, but I wanted since you didn't. Then do it, you whore! I yelled and stomped off. Something grabbed my shoulder. It was Tommy. Haven't you hurt me enough? I ran. He chased me after all the way to the nearby park. So you're telling me you just left campus, bitch? Okay. Wait, he yelled. Go away! You left me for a prettier and older girl just because I wasn't ready to make a big decision that could lead to pregnancy and ruin my education. I broke down again. Shh. I don't care. He walks slower now. I got up and Penny! I got up and walked down an unknown street just to get away from him. You need to shut up! I got up and walked down an unknown street just to get away from him. Wait, I recognize this road. I thought of the time me and Tommy were being immature and running around. He tackled me with kisses. I took so many turns. I didn't spell took, I spelled toke. I took so many turns, I was lost now. What do I do? I went backwards and made it out after like an hour. There was Tommy at the park alone. I peeked behind a tree and saw him crying like never before. His face was white and his face was covered with tears. I heard him screaming at himself. It hurt me to see him like this. I walked over and told him to stop crying. He did, and then raised up and started kissing me. I pulled back and told him, ooh, I'm spitting. I pulled back and told him, cut it out. He explained that his cousin is dying and that he met Katie and she was so supportive and he couldn't tell me. He said sorry and got up. I stopped him and told him what I've been through. He apologized, but it didn't make a difference. I told him maybe we could be friends after I recover. He said he loved me. I explained that he hurt me to the point of me falling out of love with him. This New Year's, I spent it alone at a party while I saw all my friends and their boyfriend kiss when the clock struck 12. I sat there alone. Shut up, bitch, you're allegedly 15 in the story, like, and that's what makes me laugh when like 15 and 16-year-olds are like, I spent New Year's alone. Okay, and you spent the other 15 years alone and then a year in your mom's stomach, so I'm sure you'll be fine. I went home about 20 minutes later and went straight to bed, and only to have a reoccurring dream of me and Tommy kissing and the store. That's the store, and no, me and Tommy did lose contact. We passed by each other, him hand in hand with his new girlfriend. There's a part 5, but I don't feel like reading it. So that is basically my long ass fan fiction. That is the fan fiction that I wrote at 13 years old. Super embarrassing. And is that the only one that I ever wrote? No. Do I have several others in that account? Yes. Are a lot of you guys gonna go searching for my account now? Probably. Am I gonna delete all those stories so nobody can find them now? Yes. I'm about to save all of these to like my Google Docs and then like delete the account because I don't need people like going back and like reading that stuff. I actually also wrote a poem on there called I Am, which is so crazy to me because I completely forgot that I wrote that. And what, now years later, like 8 years later, I wrote, or not wrote, but it's crazy because what, like 8 years later I made a sweatshirt called I Am. Like, that's just like crazy. But yeah, so that's it for this video. Hopefully I didn't embarrass myself too much. Keep in mind that I am gonna be 22 this year. And I wrote that when I was 13. So no, I don't still write fanfics. I still dream of Tom in my head sometimes. Yeah. Do I also regret falling asleep and not going to meet them that one day when I was 18 years old? A lot. I regret it a lot. It was the trip when I was actually going to BeautyCon in 2015 with Imani. And me and her were actually both flown out to go and meet them. What a throwback. And also just like, how would my life be today if I would have like actually like hung out with them? Would I be in love with Tom? So Tom, if you ever see this video, I'm pretty sure you will because I'm sure Tokyo Hotel fans are gonna somehow find this. So if you do watch this, no, I'm not weird and creepy anymore. And if you do want to get me pregnant. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and have you ever written a fanfic? Let me know. Drop the link below. I'll read it. And I'll see you guys all later. Bye! Done embarrassing myself now. Work, work.